What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good?
Y'all, we back at it. Just finished cleaning up customer's card. Look a whole lot better too. Whole lot better. Garden getting good and wet. I have to. We're gonna get that ready Monday. But I gotta come up with a plan for this guy right here, for the fuel pump, cause I done ran into a small problem because the outlets, the outlet on the fuel pump, the new one, is on opposite sides than the old one. So I had an old little Holly Blue, which, I mean, they're good for a nitrous fuel system. They're good enough for that, but I need a little more pressure now. So see, this the inlet. The new fuel pump, the inlet is over here, and the outlet is over here. I was intending on reusing this line, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I gotta map all this out. This gonna work still, but I gotta map some stuff out. So we're gonna make it happen. Alrighty, y'all. So this is what I was talking about. So this the inlet on the old pump, outlet right here. So what I'm just gonna do right now, cause I'm finna have to be in and out, and I really ain't trying to do this whole job right now anyway. I'm trying to get these customers cards done. Well, I ain't got one more, so I ain't really trying to do this, but what I'm probably gonna do today only is just get it taken off, get this pump taken off and regulator, and then we can map out and see what we're working with the new stuff. So y'all stay tuned. Right, y'all, see we on it. I was gonna take this fuel pump off Saturday. I had a pretty bad nasty cut that happened on my finger. Boy, I cut my finger around here with a razor, it wouldn't stop bleeding, so it was pretty nasty. So that put a hold up on that. So now I'm getting this off. I'm pretty much done. I got everything disconnected. We're gonna have to make a new line, so I had to go back to Summit. Me and wifey went yesterday, pick up 2 more fittings and another roll of -8 hose. So we're gonna hit these 2 bolts and then we're gonna take this off. Okay, so checking in. So I had to hunt down some bolts. I was able to find some. I got my connectors, and what I'm about to do is start putting the fittings in, and we're gonna kind of like a dry mock up and see how it look. So my plan is to take this bracket off and run the regulator directly in like that, like I had my old setup, but I'm prepared to run it either way. That's why I got enough stuff to do so. So we're gonna run this 10 O-ring in. I'm gonna do it like lightly, like a dry fit. I ain't gonna fully tighten this side. Then the regulator sit right there, and the return goes right here. So I'm gonna put the return fitting in. Now I'm not gonna have any problems running to the fuel solenoid because I can use either one, even out the back if I wanted to. But I got 2 plugs to plug these 2 off, and I'm gonna run out right here from the front and run to my nitrous solenoid, my fuel solenoid, and then this is designated for the return. So we're gonna put that fitting in, which is a 3/8 to -8 NPT. Get all this kind of lightly tight. I'm gonna fully tighten that one though, cause it gotta go in no matter what. And these do use O-ring fitting, so you don't need any Teflon thread sealant tape for the pump, but for the regulator you will need to use thread sealant if you're using this. So quick little tip. Good afternoon, everybody. We back at it. I'm still waiting on my parts to come in. They're coming today, but I said I can at least make one of the lines up. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off because I'm not gonna use that, so we're gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and make this line up right here, the one that goes out to the regulator, because I can make that up. I wish I could salvage this, because man, that's the perfect length. Let's take this off first, then either way I'm gonna make a line up and I'll show y'all how to do that. And I'm gonna tell you, recommendation, if you ever made up braided lines, you know it's no joke cutting this stuff. And a lot of people use cutting wheels and stuff like that. They'll still flare the line. Get these right here. Oh, y'all gonna see some scissors? Probably like, Jay, some scissors? Trust me. Trust me, you gonna see. These scissors get the job done, make it smooth. So we're gonna, and you need some of the tape. I don't have that non-stick tape. I might have some left, but it's non-stick, so when you unravel it won't pull the threads loose, because electric tape will pull this stuff, unravel and still make it rough. But we don't need that for now, because we're gonna put one on that end. So I'm gonna show y'all that. Just crack that line open. Let's reach through here. Still got a little 1/16 in it, which I can't use no 1/16 no more. There is not enough octane. Look at that gas, man. I should catch some of that. I ain't know that much in there. Nah, it been sitting. It been sitting. Still smell good though. I don't want to just shoot out of here. I can't get this stuff on my floor. It'll eat my coating up. So we're gonna let that drain. Then we're gonna make the line up. All right, so we right here, man. I was just looking around for my non-stick tape, and I would happen to not have none. Oh boy, I'll be trying to keep from going to the store, so I don't have none, man. So I'm gonna have to go get that, cause I mean you can do it with electric tape. It's just a pain. I don't, especially when you get into the bigger hoses. It's sure enough. Getting them -10 and -12, they get rough. So what you do is you slip the end first. Y'all know it come like this. They come together like this. So you have to take this out, and when you get to the bigger hoses, sometimes you need a C-clamp or either a buddy to help you hold. Like my wife, she helped me make all these up, cause a lot of people don't know I put all this on. I installed all this stuff and wired this up. When I switched over, nobody knew all this bracketry, vacuum pump. I installed all this stuff. But I remember me and my wife been here at night making these hoses up. Boy, there ain't no joke. There ain't no joke getting big, them big hoses. But you want to push it until the top of this bottoms out with the lip of this, and you can look in there too, but you just go down until it bottoms out. It's very important that you make sure that bottoms out, which I can feel it done bottom out. So now the fun part, you need you 2 wrenches. You need one to hold that, which I'm not a fan. I like AN wrenches. Shout out to Racetronics. These are Racetronics AN wrenches. Much love to them. And then you got to get this in there. Got to press, get them threads started. Sometimes you can use a lubricant, like you can use some oil or something, but it ain't that bad with these smaller ones. It ain't that bad with the smaller ones. Get that joker started by hand like that. See, about screw in. There you go. And you'll feel it. There it go. It caught. You'll feel it start to get tight. And see now, time to bring the wrenches out. Put that on there. Put that on there. And then you just start running it down. Running it on in. Now if this was a bigger hose, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be going this smooth. If it was a dash 12, it would not be going this smooth, trust me. Just run it all the way down to the bottom. It's gonna get harder. I hope people seeing this and see why it costs money when you go into the shop and you want this stuff. It costs money, man. It is time consuming. Believe me, making up hoses, AN hoses, and wiring and stuff, doing it the right way is expensive, but it's time consuming too. So trust me. So imagine your whole car like this, and you got to do this, cutting the length and stuff. It's time consuming. We almost there. That's it. That's it. Make the hose up. That's how you do it. All right. The delivery truck is here too, so they're right on time, man, for the fittings. But we got the first end on, and this is how you measure. You go ahead and put your end where you want it. The regulator is gonna be sitting up like that. So, you don't want the hose kinked up. So, I'm thinking about right here. I'm just showing y'all cause I gotta stop again cause I gotta go get some tape anyway. Then you get level with it like that. Give yourself a little extra in case you want to swing this way or something. And you need to measure by, remember, that screws out. So you need to measure by that line right there. And that's where you would make your cut. So you would put your tape right here because you want to cut in the middle of the tape. Put your tape right there and take your permanent marker and make a line with that. And then you take them scissors and cut it. But I'm going to show y'all. So we're going to have the hose running like that because I want to save as much of this and use as much of this as possible. You get your money's worth. Alright, so just got with the delivery man. Parts are in. Much love to Super Clean. They sent me another pack through. So I will be making some videos, man. I really rock with Super Clean. I appreciate everybody over there, the whole staff. And I really use their product. I love Super Clean. Been using them for years, so much love to Super Clean. But this is what I needed. I'm probably not gonna use all of them, but this is what I was telling y'all about. And that's a straight, because I told you I'm gonna shorten that dash 6 hose going to the fuel cylinder. So here we go. So this is a 150 bend, and let me show y'all the angle. So that's a 150, and this is a 180. All right, this is a 180. So what we need to do is see, is this gonna interfere? Cause see, I need it right there. I'm gonna take that out. You don't need that 90 someday going back. I might keep them though. I never know when I'm gonna need them. So my ideal is to take the, it ain't gonna work. See, that's what I was scared of. See, I said it'll be too much of a bend. All right, that's why I got this 150. You see that? 150 gonna be spot on the money. That way you get extra, man, just in case. Cause I said a 180 might be too sharp, and it is, but that 150, That's him. Slap on the money right there where I want it. Just like I visualized. So that's gonna be a 150. Y'all see that? That's gonna be a 150 right there. It's gonna run. I'll show y'all. Cause this one fit. Uh-oh. And I can bend this bracket right here, so I'll bend it out. It'll have a little more room, so you'll know. But it's gonna run like that, and it won't be as tight cause it'll be away from the pump, cause that bracket can be bent just like this one. To set the pump more flush, so the pump will be more flat. I bent a little bit right there, but see, I'm trying to get y'all a visual. But it'll be more farther away. But it'll be farther away. But it's gonna run like that, and then it's gonna run it to a 90, so it's gonna curve over like that. I can't show y'all. Oh, like that. It's gonna curve over like that into the 90. Real short hose. So I'm trying to use as much of it as possible. Like I said, I'm gonna be able to get both of those out of that. I'm gonna be able to make both of these lines, and I hope I have enough for the return. If I have enough for the return, I can return some of the AN hose. So then the other bend, I'm gonna show y'all that. Right, and see, this is another 150. The 180 was a little too short, too much of a cut. That's why you get more than what you need. So I'm not gonna use any of the 180s, but I just return them. It's real rare you use a 180, but sometimes you do need them, depending on how you round your fuel line. So see, it's just like I vision. Just like I vision. So this gonna come out right here. This line gonna be right here. This the return. It's gonna come out and run right behind this, right into here. This gonna be the fuel return. Little short hose, just boop. Around this side, up in here. So 150, that's gonna run out right there. And then we're gonna shorten this up, put a new straight in. I'm gonna cut this, put a new straight in on it, just make the connection right there, put the blocks in, and then we're gonna button everything up. So we'll have this joker ready today. So y'all stay locked in. Right, we're gonna take a little brief pause in the action, cause I gotta read with somebody, read the Bible with somebody. And I gotta go to the parts store and get that non-stick tape. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. Cause with nylon braided lines, it'll unravel. I have done it with electric tape before. I can do it, it's just a pain. It's cleaner and easier to install these fittings if you use the non-stick tape, which kind of look like Scotch tape. Then I gotta stop by and get some gardening stuff. I gotta crop. I gotta get planted today. So we're gonna do that and get back and get on this joker and get it done. Y'all stay tuned. Alrighty, everybody, I'm just now getting back out here, man. It been a very busy day. Let's see, I take that too high. I tried to eyeball it, but it still ain't the tape I wanted, but it'll probably work. We're gonna have to retape it. Show y'all. I'm trying to show y'all the process of when you get ready to cut this stuff. I'm trying to. I don't want it super tight. So see, it need to be right there. I want a little slack. So really, right up in here, right there. And go around it just a couple times. You don't want to go crazy. That's good. And then I'm gonna make my mark. See, I want it about right there. Like that. So you take your marker, then cut by right there. Right there. So make the mark, then we're gonna cut it. All right, we over here ready. So y'all see now, let me show y'all these scissors. These scissors is awesome, man. So we're gonna make the cut. I might go in between about right here, right there. Boy, these scissors is the truth. Those scissors is the truth, man. They ain't nothing but the truth. Then we're gonna peel this off. Hope it don't unravel. And you wanna try to get that thing clean as possible to cut. Kinda hard to pick it with these gloves. And you see what you want is some tape that like this. It ain't gonna pull the nylon off when you do that. And the electric tape, man, it'll unravel the nylon sometime. So now we're ready to just go in like that. Twist that joker till it bottom out. And then y'all know the process from here. Screw this in. We have a hose made. All right, we gotta see we running it on down. Running it on down. Then we'll be done made the first hose. I'm just gonna try to get the hoses done tonight. My oldest daughter had some band stuff, so you know you gotta attend to that family first. So it kind of put my day behind, but it's all good. It's all good. So we're gonna get the hoses made tonight, and tomorrow we'll just connect everything. So it'll be down here, you know, check for leaks and all that stuff. So we got the first hose made for the first connection, which I'm gonna have to take the pump back off anyway, cause I'm gonna have to bend the bracket. First hose, so y'all can see my vision, how it coming together. So like I said, clean, no kinks. This running to the inlet, and I'm going to make this hose next, but I'm gonna have to bend that bracket so we can get some clearance on the pump. So I'm gonna have to take the pump down, and we're gonna cut this and shorten this up. So I'm gonna have to take this off. So yeah, I want to do this one next. Go ahead and get that one done. So y'all stay locked in. All right, so we got show y'all the progress. I got that end put on this, and I bent the bracket a little. I'm just doing a little at a time. You don't want to bend too much, but y'all can see before I couldn't even get the hose down now. But I want to go a little more cause I can set it right there, and that's where to line up. It's gonna be a very short hose. I believe I'm having enough out of that one hose to make all three, so that's a good thing cause it's still high, so I can take the other roll back. But and it got like a little gravity feed down to it too, so that's a good thing. But I'm gonna bend the bracket a little more. You can't you don't want to go crazy, just a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna bend it just a hair, and then I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna make the hose up and show y'all what the second hose look like. Alrighty, we still lit it, making these hoses. This is the hose that'll be going to, well, coming from the fuel cell, I should say, to the inlet of the pump. So we almost down here after this, we'll have one more -8 hose to make for the return, and I have enough left, so I'm happy about that. I got a whole roll of -8 AN tubes I can take back. I am happy about that, believe me. So we trying to get that flush. Then we're gonna take this over, see how it fits. All right, that's good. Now let's take it over and try it out. Okay, so perfect fit. Got some wiggle room. I bent the bracket, I had to do it, had to take it on and off twice, but I got it just enough clearance. I ain't want to bend it too much. Pump sitting almost vertical like I wanted it. That hose came out perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. Look at that, just smooth, just straight smooth. Then this one fits like this. So I'm gonna add this one so y'all can see. Cause these were the main hoses right here. The return is smooth. And I'm gonna change the fittings. I had some, these were the old ones. I was gonna recycle them, but I actually had some new ones. So see how they're looking? It's gonna go down there. That battery cable gonna go down there. Boom. It's gonna ground to the bolt right there. So now we're finna make this return hose, which is gonna meet right here. So we're gonna pop this on and then measure it and make that hose, and then we're gonna shorten that, and that'll wrap it up for the night. So let's get that done so y'all can see it all put together. All right, you see I got the 90 degree fitting on one end of the hose. So we're gonna swing it out like that. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna keep this fairly tight, cause keep it like that. It's okay against the pump. This pump don't be on long anyway. It's not gonna be on but a few seconds, if you know what I mean. It won't be on but a few seconds. So, let me tighten that where it's gonna be in this resting spot. Then you always want to give yourself just a little slack, but it work out right. Yeah, I like that. It's gonna come right there. Get a little tape. And it's hard to get this tape started with these gloves, boy. Let me get this taped up, man. I'm gonna check in with y'all. Alrighty, we got it taped. Gonna make it right there. Alright, we ready to cut it. We ready to cut this joker now. Take it off. Man, y'all just don't know how happy I am that I don't have to use all that braided hose. I am too happy about that. Man, I don't know what I thought I was finna make. So we're gonna make the cut. Take that off. I get to take a few things back. I probably got $100 worth of stuff I can take back. Cause y'all would not believe it, man. This little stuff in this corner, just so people know, $1,000, $1,100 or something like that. For the fittings that I am using, fuel pump regulated, just this little stuff in the corner. This stuff is not cheap, man. And $1,000 I wasn't planning on spending, to be real with you. But you don't think about stuff like that. I ain't think I'll be out of pump for my nitrous. Let me go ahead and make this cut. Boy, this is right. These is right, boy. I got another rubber hose to make something else. I clean that up right there. All I gotta do is shorten up my dash 6. Shorten up my dash 6 hose, and it'll be a done daughter for the night. All right, see, I got that one. Got that one made up for the return. Now let's see how it fits. See how it fits. That's what matters. It look pretty, but let's see if it fit like it should. Like a glove. I believe it's gonna be him. I might have should have put it on the. There it is. There it go. I believe that's gonna get him. That's him right there. Just like I measured. That's a winner. So that's how everything gonna look except that one. I'm about to shorten this up. So let me show y'all what I'm gonna do with this one. We're gonna shorten it up. I really need to screw the fitting fully. I might wait on this one actually, cause that fitting right here is gonna go in some more. So it needs to be completely flush before I see it's coming out now. It needs to be completely flush before I make this hose. But y'all see, even with it going in, I'm gonna have some slack. So what I'm gonna do is and that's loose too. I got that loose. So what I'm gonna do is, see that? I got a whole lot. It's way too long. So we're gonna get it so it hit like that right there, and we're gonna put a new straight fitting on it. But we're gonna plug it back up for right now. But y'all see how we looking. Boom, just like I told y'all. Clear right there, clear right there. Good to go. So they're gonna wrap it up for the night. All right, good day everybody. So we back at it. Said button everything up. So I got the regulator off. I got everything I need. Got my blue Loctite, cause I'm gonna Loctite these bolts. Since that's a good vibration point. And we're gonna take the old fittings out cause I found some new ones I had left over. Some dash 8. So we're gonna put an 8 right there and an 8 right here, new. And we're gonna put our thread sealant tape on the fittings cause we got to have that. And then we got some Earl's plugs for right here. So the plug's gonna go right there to block those ports off. So we're gonna get these swapped out and get this prepped. Then we're gonna get the fuel pump off and make sure the fittings are tight in the fuel pump. And then we're gonna get all this stuff mounted. So y'all stay locked in. Alright, see, just go around and get in the threads good. With that good, cause the excess gonna get on there once you tighten it in. I like this stuff, it's just messy. It is extremely messy. I need it right there. Which I can get it off right there, so I ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that. Don't want it right here. But I don't like using tape on stuff like this. Teflon tape. I just don't want to use it on this. So you go in here. It's gonna, it'll get the rest of the threads as you start to tighten it in. And you know, if it don't seal to your liking, you can always run it out and do it again. So when it's turning in there, it's coating everything as it should. All right, get the first one. So we're getting the last fitting ready to go in. Then we're gonna let this sealant dry. It's gonna take long. I gotta go read with somebody in a minute, so I gotta take a break. That's why I be telling people, man, I don't even be having time to do this all the time. Or it takes me longer because I have to stop throughout the day. Like if I would have just stayed on this all one day, once I had all the other fittings I needed, I would have been done the same day. But you know, you have family stuff to tend to. Like I said, I read the Bible with people, and you know, that's more important. So it takes a little longer, but this one, this regulator is all ready. We're gonna put the bracket back on. Put the bracket back on, and the fuel pump not gonna take long because I don't have to Teflon tape nothing on it. It's just it's literally just O-rings. So we're gonna put the bracket back on and get the fuel pump off, and then go read with the person. Then I come back and we're gonna mount everything for the final time, and then get the hoses installed and tighten down. Then we're gonna connect the two wires and check for leaks. Right, so y'all can see we getting the fittings installed in the pump flush. And like I said, if you have this pump, make sure you read. I know people be anxious to get new parts. They bust them out the box and it stopped right there and they just go with it. But that pump that pump needs doesn't need Teflon tape because they use O-ring style fittings. So you need to know the difference when you're making these connections. They look the same. If you look at them fast, they'll look the same, but some of them have an O-ring on them, and they're called O-ring style fittings. So just be careful about that. So just like this is an O-ring style fitting. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. This is a bypass block off with a gauge. Man, I didn't realize that. I didn't want that. Guess I'm gonna have to put a gauge right there. I definitely didn't want this. But anywho, I'll just put a gauge in it. It don't matter. Have a secondary gauge, but it ain't gonna matter. Cause what matters is what that flow gauge say. So y'all see that O-ring right there? That's how it seals. It's an O-ring connection. Now you're gonna have to put Teflon tape right there. Because there's not an O-ring connection. But I sure wanted to plug a block out right here, but it's alright. Because you can use the gauge right there too, but they already got that on seal. See, they got Teflon tape. So you're gonna have to, Teflon tape this too. I got a gauge anyway. I got plenty of them. Fuel pressure gauge. So we'll just put one right here. It ain't gonna hurt it. But what matters is what the flow tools say. Flow tool way more accurate than a regular fuel pressure gauge. And with nitrous, you want to make sure everything is right. Flow and fuel pressure got to be right. It's called FFP. You definitely want to make sure it's right. But it's time for me to go read, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna put a gauge right there, and then we're gonna mount everything. Okay, we back from parts store. I got a block. I got a plug fitting right there. Plug that. Got it sealed. That one good. Everything good to go now. So I already put the crimp the end on there for the ground. I'm not gonna make the final connection right here until I got it mounted and make sure none of the fittings are leaking. As long as the fittings not leaking, we good. So we're gonna get all this button down, then make sure nothing leaking, and we'll Loctite do the final button down. So y'all stay locked in. Right, we got all lines tight, I think. I just got the wire stuck down in the butt connector. So let's see if we got power first, and then we'll put a little fuel in there, not a lot, and see what we got. So let me, wait a minute. Battery weak. I forgot that battery be draining. Put the battery charge on it. Battery super dead, but we got a little power. Wrong one. All right, so we ain't got no power to it. The wire probably ain't connected good. I done jumped out one. Yeah. And I ain't got that ground tight either, but see if we can just get some power to it. Might let it torch on. Let me see what we got. All right, getting this. We're gonna straight wire it. Well, I just did it. It got power. Just wanna make sure the pump good. Which y'all can see. You don't want no pump to run dry for a long period of time, cause it'll mess it up. Now I'm gonna get my test light, see what's going on with my light. But I really just think it's just I need to let the battery torch on, cause it's extremely weak. But that's my wire down there it was connected to. But we finna use the test light and see what's going on. Alright, so I got my test light. Now the switch is off at the moment, so y'all probably can't see, but I got the wire on there and nothing. They flip the switch on, the light should come on. I think the battery I really think the battery just super weak. Alright, flip the switch. Now we should see a light. See, I just really think the battery, see? Yeah, so it getting power. Everything good. Battery just weak. So I can go ahead and make the connection right there. Check the pump good. So just gotta connect it good and be ready to roll. So I'm gonna make this connection, the wire connection. Put a little fuel in there, and then we're gonna make sure it's not leaking at the fittings. If the fittings ain't leaking, it's good. And I'm gonna just tighten these up, put some blue Loctite, tighten the bolts up. It'll be done. Then I can go to get ready to flow the nitrous. All right, let me show y'all what I'm talking about, man. It junk just scared the daylights out of me. So I had the wire just plugged up, getting ready to crimp the wire so I can tighten it up down there. I had left the switch on, and the pump jumped on by itself. Told y'all some of this stuff just take a lot of power to run. See that? It literally wasn't picking up at first. I just didn't record it when I was sticking the wire in there. So I said, man, I'm gonna just stick it in there and make the connection. Went to the toolbox, it just hopped on. That's because the battery got to a point where it has enough juice to run this. So quick little lesson, so you'll know. As long as you got fire right there, some stuff takes a lot of power, just like I said in the previous story. But I'm gonna make the connection after we put some fuel in here first. We're finna do that now and see if we got leaks. If we good, I'm gonna go ahead and connect that, lock tight the bolts, and everything be good. Okay, for the sake of testing, I'm gonna put just a little bit of 112 in here. This is a new can of 112, but I'm not putting no I'm not putting that pro nitric gas in here, which is what gonna be in here, cause that junk way more expensive. Just gonna put a note just to get the bottom. Alright, that should be good. We are not about to put no pro nitric gas in this joker, boy. Especially when it's a chance you might have some leaks. We are not doing that. Alright. So now we're gonna test it. Let one of them down, I can reach in here. This is a time it'd be good to have two people, man. It's good to have two people. Right there. So we got a leak. Alright. Which fitting? It's the return fitting. Everything else dry. Well, that's good. To have literally only one fitting leaking, that is extremely good. It's only the return fitting. I mean, that's super good. That is super good, man. Return fitting, the only one leaking. What more can you ask for? Alright, that ain't bad. Alright, let's get this addressed. Alright, I had said, y'all had told y'all the return line. It's not the return, I got the talking fast. It's the inlet fitting. Just did one. I don't believe I taped it. I don't believe I taped it good. It happens. It's all good. So we're gonna retape it again, and I'm still not gonna get finished unless I come out here late tonight, which I'm not doing that tonight, man. It ain't that important. Cause I got the we got the Bible ring call 7 o'clock today, which I don't know what time y'all seeing this story, but what time I'm putting it up. We're gonna get them 3. It's good this time. This over here gonna have to stay in there that time. It gonna have to. Which I'm gonna wanna let it I'm gonna wanna let it dry anyway. So we're gonna get this on and let it dry, and either if I don't come back and check it tonight, the leaks for sure first thing in the morning. Good noon, everybody. Can y'all believe I'm still on this? And as you can see, this is an entirely different regulator. So to give y'all a runaround of what done happened and reason why it took so long, for one, I can't just never stay on this. And I done been to Summit maybe 5 times, 6 within the last 2 weeks. Taking stuff back that I didn't need and getting stuff. So I done made 2 different lines. This is an entirely different line. This is an entirely different line. because the old fitting, no matter what I did, I bought the right Loctite compound and everything, they kept leaking. So I thought maybe the threads were machined bad in the regulator. So ultimately I made the decision to get a new regulator. I did. Then this was too short. So after that happened, this regulator uses O-ring style fitting, so you don't need any sealant. So it was originally leaking right here. Put everything on. I didn't see this leak right here at first. I was like, oh, we got that one. But it was leaking right there and right there. From the brand new line, from this one. So come to find out, the Summit Racing AN fittings, I don't know if they got a bad batch in, but they've been leaking cost. I done ran through two. Well, this is 2 90-degree fittings. Dash 6s, they've been bad. But I'm gonna show y'all how I fixed them. They've been bad, and which brought me to these. These are conical seals. You can put in there and it'll seal it up. Otherwise, you have to take the holes, take the ends off, make a new hole. So I put the seals in there, got the leak. Then yesterday, I discovered this was leaking. And this the second Dash 8 Summit fitting I done used. So the straights, the Dash 8 straights are no good. So I had to get some seals. I had to order these and get them next day. And I got some seals now. So we're gonna try this. I'm gonna show y'all. Gonna see if it works. If it don't seal it up, I'm just gonna put another end on it, which I got a Red Horse fitting, and we'll just put another end on it. So y'all stay locked in. I'm gonna get that done. Right. So this is what it is. This is how it works. If you put it over the fitting like so, and then you come on top with the line, and it's gonna give it a better seal. And we're gonna see if it's gonna take care of the leak. So if you got leaky fitting, or maybe they just developed the leak, get those seals. These seals right here, they're conical seals. The Earls, they make different brands, but the Earls they jam up. Cause like I said, this Dash 6, they sealed that right on up. I mean, sealed it right on up. See nothing. But if that doesn't work, I'm gonna put another end on, so it ain't no problem. But let's try it out. Hope the battery good. See, I still ain't got a chance to tackle whatever killing my battery. Cause something is for sure pulling on my battery. Alright, well, we good. Got some power, let's see. I believe that got it. See any leaks? I believe we got everything now. Yep, I believe they got it. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Y'all just don't know. That's why I said, y'all, those seals do wonders. You got it. So now that we finally have all the leaks fixed, we can move on to flowing the nitrous. Okay, so I got the bracket, got it all secured now. Had to go to the ends of the earth to find the bolts too. For it. They use them number 10 size bolts. But we got them. It's buttoned down. Finna hook the return line back up, and I can finally put my wheel back on my car, cause I got that button down. See, went through here, got nylon, right there, nylon washers, nylon lock nuts, I mean. So that ain't going nowhere. So we're gonna get this return line back button up. Then I'm gonna get the wheel back on, get the car back on the ground finally. And then we can get to flowing the nitrous. Getting the wheel back on. Ready to go. Let's choke it down. Finally. All right, let's float it now. Right, getting the gauge put together. You have to put all the fittings together. Then this gonna be your line that you use to, well, hook up to the regulator. Or you can just take your fuel line off from your solenoid, cause this is a -6. If that's what size yours, if not, you gotta use adapter. And then you put the jet, if you got a plate system and it uses one fuel jet, you put that same size fuel jet that's in your nitro plate in here, like so. And then you put this on, tighten it up, and then you're gonna attach a line to this, and this is where the fuel is gonna come out. So basically, this is an accurate. You gotta like, I'm gonna have to set the gauge. See, it gotta be, well, there it go. It's at 0. That's why you can't check the fuel pressure with the gauge laying down. It need to be upright like this, and at least level with your solenoid. So you want to try to have it level as possible with your solenoid. Now, if your gauge come and it ain't calibrated to 0, you can calibrate it. Mine was already, so mine's good to go. Going the wrong way, y'all. Let me get this tightened up so y'all can see. There we go. So y'all can see what it's gonna look like. I hope I have a rubber line long enough. If not, it's cool. So set it up like that, tighten it up. This gonna run to your fuel pressure solenoid. Like, this is screw straight on. Mine is a -6 fitting already, so boom, mine just take my line off. I'm gonna screw this on. It's already calibrated at 0, as you can see. So once I screw this on, you put the fuel line right there, and then you turn the pump on and see where your pressure at. You see where your pressure at, and then you make the adjustments on your regulator as needed. So that's what we're about to do. So y'all stay tuned. All right, I just took the jet out, the plate, because I didn't put the jets in. Lawless Street Cars did. Shout out to my bros over at Lawless. But you always make sure you know what jet is in the fuel side, because you can tune by the jet too. So I had to just confirm, because whatever jet is in the fuel side, that's what you need to put in the flow tube. So I'm gonna get this back tight, and then we're gonna float it nitrous. Okay, so this is the setup, which I done spilled gas, so wiping the flow up, because it'll eat the finish up. Then when she gonna work the fuel pump, and we're gonna hold this gauge about right here. Like I said, as long as it's on 0, so I can let it sit right here really upright. And then you got your valve right here to open and close. And then once she cut it on, you'll see it register the fuel pressure. And I need it at I'm gonna run about 12 and a half. Well, really 13. I'm gonna play it safe. 13 is what I need. So we're gonna set it on 13, and then this is how you adjust. You got your lock nut, you loosen it, and then you raise and lower it by your Allen wrench. But y'all finna see in a few. All right, so we just checked it. We had just checked it. It's too low, of course. So we're gonna adjust it. All right, turn on, wife. Y'all see? You need to raise it. Cut off. Wrong to keep the wrench on there, y'all. I'm trying to look into it. All right, turn on. We might go 12 and a half. Let's go 13. All right, cut off. So we're gonna lock it down at 13. A lot of the time people run 9, sometimes lower, depending on how lean you want to run it. But play it safe first. Play it safe first, and then go from there. So we're gonna check it again to verify it and see where it's at. All right, to show y'all, I had a little leak right here. I had to snug this fitting. But I'm gonna show you how much a leak affects your fuel pressure and why you can't have nothing leaking. All right, wife, turn it on. You gotta remember I said it at 13. Look at it now. It was on 13. All right, yeah. All right, cut off. Y'all see how much it affected it? Because I had a leak. So that's why you gotta make sure everything's secured. Just one, wasn't bad, but look how much it affected the pressure when I sealed that leak up. So we're gonna check it one more time to confirm, and we're gonna be ready to roll. Now we ready for some nitrous now. Ready for some nitrous. I think we ready for some nitrous. Only thing I gotta do is change that oil pressure gauge out, which I have in the back seat. I said change that out in the fitting, but get to that later. Gotta cut off now. I gotta read with somebody. New fuel system complete for the nitrous. Nice clean install. I'm happy with it. Take your time, do stuff right, pay off.